Boy, Bell, what's up?
Peace and blessings, family.
You as well, man. What's going on with you this morning?
Just afternoon for me. Remember, I've just finished work a little early still.
That's good, man. So, how's it gonna happen, boy, Bell? I mean, are they gonna, take you around town for your great accomplishments, man? How are they gonna do the funeral? They gonna cremate you?
I've been kind of thinking about cremation, but I thought that was because I was thinking on a different chain of thought. But I'm not sure whether being buried or whether the cremation side.
Why would you say cremation?
Going back to an old tradition, when you're not on your own land, you would be cremated, and your family then would carry you around until you got back to your own land, and then would then settle those ashes in that specific place.
Wow, that's deep, boy. You be on the internet. You be
hell
research.
Yeah. I got books for days. But that was one of the thinkings behind that. But obviously, upon further research, and obviously knowing that we are omni and we are everything, then the place I reside now, which is Britain, that's my home. That's the home of my ancestors. Everywhere I touch down, everywhere my foot lands, that is home. So again, I can be buried anywhere because that's where my ancestors come from. The whole globe.
So where are you saying you're supposed to be originally buried?
Well, I used to think I should be going back to the Nile Valley civilization, obviously Mother Africa.
Right.
But as I say, going on further research, and unless I say we are global people. I don't necessarily need to potentially go back to Africa or go to the Caribbean or Caribbean, as you guys say. I can literally go wherever. So if I find myself in 20 years in Switzerland, for instance, or Cambodia, if that's where I'm there, as I say, that's where we were anyway. So I can be pretty much buried or cremated however I decide to actually end up and finish the physical form. Then that's what it is. That's what it is, really.
That's deep. That's deep. That's something that I never even thought about, man. The process of cremation. I a lot of that stuff, man. It just comes and goes with me because I'm one of them type of dudes. I stay zoned in on what I know about, man. And like I tell people, I'm not a Muslim because I tried Islam, but I'm not Arabic, man. I'm English speaking American Christian. You know what I'm saying? So. I kind of stay with those things that I'm familiar with, but you brought a different twist to the cremation thing.
It's food for thought, isn't it? Really, because as we all well know, regardless of religion, as long as if you're a spiritual person and you know that ultimately we are experiencing this lifetime now, however short or however long it may be, in a physical form on a slow, low vibration. Once this physical body, this vehicle has done, then it's time for our soul to experience something different. So I used to be really afraid of death. Obviously, I love the experience in regards to this physical life I've got now with my family and friends, and as I say, the tastes and the feels of certain scenarios and experiences. But ultimately, it's ever, it's eternal. This body is a vehicle. It gets me from A to B. Once it's done, then my soul is something different.
That's deep. So you think we gonna change vehicles? You think the spirit is gonna change to another vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
No. My take on it, as I say at the moment, is we've got a physical body which houses our soul. Once this physical body is gone, then our soul is then released to then go to, if you look at it in dimensions, we live on a third dimensional plane. Once we then leave this third dimensional plane, i.e. with your body, your soul will then transmit to a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th whatever dimension it may be. That's just putting it on another spin. So we could go to heaven, obviously, once your soul has gone from the physical body. If you want to put it into that terminology, then that separation between the physical and your soul would be that transition to heaven. Or we could look at it as I say into dimensions, and we could say we could replace heaven with, okay, well, it's a different dimension of the time that you are presently living in. So there's many spins and there's many ways to look at it, but ultimately there's not another vehicle we're going to go into. Your soul is infinite. So it's just time for that soul to then experience the second level.
That's deep. That's so deep there. He said the soul is infinite, and it's time for the soul to experience the second level. Oh, he didn't say the 100th level or the 1,000th level. He said the second level. Boy, that's deep,
yeah.
Boel. That's deep. I swear, that's deep.
I try to throw it out there. Some people might think, yo, this guy's on something else, but, just as I say, pick up a book, read, talk to other people, not just really, not just Muslims or Arabic people or Hebrew Israelites. Speak to every, type of person, from your tramp on the road, from your high-level board director, if you, mingle in those sort of echelons, but whoever you can gain knowledge from, every walk of life, in every conversation, there's always a gem, there's always a jewel that you can take from that. Every experience is an experience, whether it be good or bad. It's how you interpret and how you take on that experience.
That's deep. I like the way you think, man, because it's precise. You get detail with how you think, and it makes sense too. You know what I'm saying? Because, that's what we think, that, the spirit is eternal, but we haven't actually, said it. You know what I'm saying? We haven't said the spirit is eternal, the soul is eternal, and it goes to a new level. We haven't been able to articulate. I think the Scientologists do a lot of thinking like that, but they think too deep to the point where they don't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
You see on that, depending on what level they're talking on, you see they're more on a Kabbalah type, which is obviously slightly tainted because they're calling it Scientology now. All that is Kabbalah. Now they talk, it's got a lot to do with astrology, astronomy, and your relation with numbers, and number sequences, Fibonacci numbers and stuff. Now, obviously, if you don't know about Fibonacci numbers and number sequences and the relationships between numbers and actions and words, then someone talking to you about that type of information, you're going to be like, what on earth? What are you talking about? That makes no sense to me. But if you understand that and can potentially apply it to your own situation, then you can say, okay, well, that makes sense, or you know what, that doesn't make sense. I've read and understand exactly what you're talking about, but I don't think that makes sense because of X, Y, Z.
Yeah, but see, they're mostly into a process religion. Now, when I say process, they're trying to create a process to think, where you to think, or where you to, become a high tech thinker or something. I'm into like what you talking about with the creation. You know what I'm saying, the afterlife. You know what I'm saying. That's more of what I'm into. They like try to come up with a process to create, this type of person that thinks and stuff like that. All that. I'm not into all that.
Definitely not. I mean, from what I see, like, you got your Will Smith and your Madonna and Tom Cruise and all those, all of those sort of major stars who are into this, like, as I say, Scientology type thing. But from the outside looking in, and just from doing 5 or 6 minutes research on the internet, it just seems like it's very money orientated. You got $120 or something crazy for a red piece of string that you tie around your hand to denote that you're a follower or a believer of this scientific different tangent. You've got the Zeitgeist movement, Project Venus. All those are all intermingled and interlinked with this Scientology New Age movement, as it's dubbed. It's a New Age movement because they want to try and harmonize everything into one type of way of thinking. And it's about helping other people as well. Along the way, along your journey, it's about you helping other people. So in turn, you're then helped.
You
And as
know,
long as it can help you at the end of the day, as long as you're doing right, you ain't harming anybody, it works for you, then
right.
that's all I can ask for, and that's all anyone else can ask for. As long as you you're leading by example. So you ain't just talking, oh, I'm a Christian, but I'm doing this. If you're leading by example, and you're not only your neighbors but your community can see, well, wait a minute, Brother Skip, he's a Christian, and he keeps his house in order. I can see his children are brought up very well. They know certain things. They've got knowledge of self. I may not agree with Christianity, but this brother is using Christianity in such a way and using the processes within the Bible to do something good within his household.
Right. I'm simple, man. I'm not to the complicated. I got too many other things I'm doing, to be trying to complicate it, go learn some Arabic and all that old type of stuff, man. But, I think I'm going to have to learn that language you got over there, because you got something going on. I need to understand. You just turned into an alien just then. Your stuff started vibrating. I think you're an alien, boy, Bell. Really, man. You come from space or something. And with all this knowledge.
I try to be not of this world, most definitely, man. I am like from Sirius B or Sirius C or something like that.